What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. The Cleveland Browns have found their next head coach. It's going to be Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski, who beats out San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh and gets the job coaching the Cleveland Browns, an organization looking to go to their first Super Bowl in franchise history and coming up next year. A roster that's very talented, very loaded on the offensive and defense side of the football. They're very loaded. A lot of people predicted they was going to be a playoff contender last year, and a lot of people even predicted them to get to the Super Bowl, but they fell flat on their face going to a 6-10 record, and that led to the ultimate dismissal of Freddie Kitchens. Kevin Stefanski, ironically, was one of the finalists last year when the team decided to bring in Freddie Kitchens as the Cleveland Browns head coach. He's one of the finalists. A lot of people in the organization wanted to hire Kevin Stefanski last year, as he spent 14 seasons in the Cleveland Browns organization before leaving last year for the Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator job. It's kind of ironic again that Kevin Stefanski and Robert Saleh, the two finalists for the job, battled yesterday in the playoffs, and Robert Saleh defense outperformed Kevin Stefanski offense as they stifled the Minnesota Vikings offensive attack to 10 points in a divisional round playoff victory for the San Francisco 49ers. They stifled their offense, especially in the second half, especially in the last three quarters. Outside of that first quarter, the 49ers pretty much stifled the Minnesota offense, held them to no points in the third and fourth quarter, and I think they maybe got a field goal in the second quarter to cut it to get within 17-10. They cut it from 14-7 to 14-10, and then from that point on, the 49ers defensive line took over that game and shut down the Minnesota Vikings high-powered running game and down the field passing game. So they did a good job, man. But Robert Saleh won the battle yesterday, and his team is advancing, but Kevin Stefanski ultimately won the war and got the head coaching nod over Robert Saleh. So we'll see what happens, man. But we'll see what happens, man. I think it's a good hire. He's a great offensive mind. He did a good job, man. Implementing the offense that served Kirk Cousins' skill sets and uplifted his skill sets as that, man, as he enjoyed his best season of his NFL career under the tutelage of Kevin Stefanski. And I think it's a good hire, man. They need an offensive wizardry, offensive-minded coach to coach Baker Mayfield and get him to improve on a disastrous sophomore year, as he did a lot of commercials, was in the headlines for the wrong reasons, saying a lot of controversial things throughout the season, but didn't perform on the field, man. And Kevin Stefanski is getting the task at taking Baker Mayfield's career to the next level, because right now it's looking like his career could be going down as a disappointment, as he enjoyed a good, but I think overrated. I think a lot of people overrated his rookie year. He put up some good numbers against some bad teams, but he had a good rookie year. It wasn't great like people tried to make it out to be, but it was a good rookie year. The second year was a disaster. I just don't think he's really that good as people say. I don't think he's as talented as people say. He's got a good, strong arm, but it's not Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes arm. He can move a little bit, but he can't move like Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, or even Josh Allen for that matter. He can't move like any of those guys. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But Kevin Stefanski has shown this year that he can make a above average quarterback good. Have a good season as he did with Kirk Cousins. He'll be looking to do that with Baker Mayfield. It'll be interesting to see what kind of coaching staff he hires. He's going to need to bring in a defense coordinator that's well-schooled and well-seasoned in NFL football. The guy that's can get that defense, which is very challenging, to play at his optimum level. And we'll see what Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns front office do as far as that goes, man. But that's the breaking news, man. Kevin Stefanski, offense coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings, is the next Cleveland Browns head coach. And we'll see what happens, man, coming into the 2020-2021 season, as the Browns is going to be a put-up or shut-up type of season. They've got to make the playoffs. They're in a tough division with the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson got to deal with him for many years to come. The Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the top well-run organizations in the NFL. You know, they've got a Hall of Fame coach, in my opinion, coaching that team right now, and Mike Tomlin. He's there, so they're in a tough division. You got the Cincinnati Bengals, who's going to have the number 1 pick, so they could be bringing in Joe Burrow or maybe a Chase Young to that organization. So they're looking to prove that organization. They've had some talented teams over the years under Marvin Lewis, so they still have some pieces there to make things interesting too in that division. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what transpires, man. But again, breaking news: Minnesota offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski is the next head coach for the Cleveland Browns. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.